Hi, and welcome to another episode of Fly or Die. I'm Jordan Crook.
And I'm Chris Velasco.
And today we're talking about the Adobe Ink Slide.
So the Ink Slide together are Adobe's first hardware product. They've been making Photoshop, they've been making stuff like that for years, but this is the first time they decided, hey, let's actually make a gadget to sort of go with our artistic products. As you've noticed, it's a strictly mobile product, so you're only going to be able to use it with iPads for now, and I think that's actually a really smart decision. Wacom, or Wacom, depending on how you pronounce it, they have the market locked up for their professional quality drawing tablets on PCs and Macs, so going mobile, it makes a lot of sense. Adobe wouldn't want to compete with those that sort of entrenched market player. I'm not a huge fan though, and I'm sort of curious to see how you feel about this thing too.
I mean, so I'm not a designer, and I'm not like part of the Adobe ecosystem, so for me this isn't a purchase that I would ever make, but I can understand how like designers would be really interested, and I do like the idea and where Adobe's headed. I can't say that I think it's the software that's bothering me the most. The software doesn't seem super intuitive, at least paired with this guy. I'm having a lot of fun with the stylus. This, I'm not sure that maybe I just don't understand how it works very well, but it seems a little bit janky and unclear. And also $200 is a pretty high price point, right? But if you're already invested in the ecosystem, I was talking to Kyle Russell and he went hands-on, and he said it's a little bit laggy maybe, but he also said, if you're already invested in this ecosystem, the capability to, like copy something from this iPad and put it onto another one,
right, and
work collaboratively could really make a difference in like, an office where there's a bunch of people kind of sharing and working on stuff together. So I can totally see, where Adobe's headed. I'm not sure this is like the best version of this yet, but I do like the idea. So I'm going to go with a fly on this, even though I'm not super pleased with the way that it's working right now. I like the idea. So.
I would almost completely agree with you there, but there's a few things that sort of keep me from giving it a fly. So the price, obviously, that's going to be a concern. To your point about this guy, which is the slide, it's sort of a digital ruler. So you plop it down on the iPad screen, and you can draw straight lines, or you can drop like circles, or like Herman Miller chairs, because apparently that's something they felt desperately needed to be included in this product. But it just doesn't work as seamlessly as I would have hoped, and that's because it doesn't actually sync to the iPad in any way. You've got to
press it down to use it.
Exactly, because you've got two nubs, two capacitive nubs here and here, and you do have to press it down onto the screen, so it does make contact.
And especially like on an iPad mini, right? You have the space of this guy, and I'm pushing it down and trying to get it in the right spot, and then I'm trying to use the stylus over here to get, it's just, I don't know. It's not perfect, but I like the stylus. The stylus is sick.
The stylus is actually really. How cool is this? Like,
sick.
That looks phenomenal.
Phenomenal, and it's actually got like tons of little capabilities built in to that guy.
You've got, for example, a little LED sort of built into the tip. So if you've got multiple, God knows why you would have multiple. But if you did, you'd always be able to tell yours from somebody else's. So it's the little touches that sort of make the difference.
Absolutely.
But again, for $200 and for something that does actually scuff pretty easily when you throw them in a bag next to each other, like these are pretty good-looking devices, but once you have them, in close proximity, just walking around, they're going to get scuffed up like crazy. So
totally, that's just a design thing. You're picky about that. I don't really care. I wear and tear all my stuff. This is broken, essentially. Okay, so there you have it. Are you going to go with a die?
I'm going to give it a pretty tentative die. I want to like it, but I just can't yet.
Can't yet, and I'm at this place where I'm like, oh, I'll forgive it, even though I'm not like sure that I love it. So essentially, we're very unsure, and take some more time to think about it. It's it's a solid. The stylus itself is solid. The functionality is getting there. And the price point is high. So that's it for Fly or Die. Thank you for watching. Tune in next week.